Right, let's begin the series of questions 21 to 25. So what we have here is they're asking us to use both methods, the absorption costing and activity-based costing, and they've given us a total overhead so we can find absorption costing. So they're telling us, listen, you have 51,600 as a total cost, and you have a driven number or driver of machine hours, which leaves you at £5.16 per machine hour, which means that if I'm using um, purely absorption costing, um, I will only be thinking about the machine hours, and that'll be £5.16 times 22, 22 hours. And so £5.16 times 22 takes us to £113.52. Okay, not a problem. Now, activity-based costing would say, listen, actually, we have a better way of doing this. I can give you some more information. The machine hours are only really at £3 per machine hour, and you have production runs. So the question then is that, oh, look, you have 22 machine hours. So you have 22 machine hours. So that's 22 times 3. And then you have 4 production runs, and that's 18 times 4. So you have 66, and then you have 72. And so you have a total of £138 for ABC. So you have ABC at 138, and you have traditional absorption costing at £113.52. Right, next, then it says here that you are making these um, desks. So what we have to do is first of all ask ourselves, okay, well, how many desks do we need to make? Because that's the first point, right? Because it's all about production, isn't it? It's about production. So, well, I have 15 desks. I'm starting off with 15 desks. I need to make a certain number of desks. Then I'm going to let go. I'm going to release. We're going to sell 240 desks, and I want to have 5 desks left. You can think about it that way. Or you can do opening inventory plus purchases minus closing inventory gives you cost of sale. It's the same thing. I'm looking for the cost of sale, but this is a practical way of saying it. If I have 15 desks, I make another number of desks, then I release 240, then I have 5 left. And this x is equal to, of course, 5 plus 240 minus 15, which gives you 245, which gives you 230 desks. So I need to produce 230 desks. What does that mean? If I need to produce 230 desks, I need 10 kilograms of wood to produce each desk. That's 2,300 kilograms. So I need 2,300 kilograms in production. It's not quite the end. What I then need to now ask myself is, okay, look, if I need 2,300 kilograms, well, it says you currently have 20 kilograms in place. So, well, I need to go out there and buy a certain number of kilograms to use so that I can do my production. And interestingly enough, it says that we don't want any wood at the end. So if I have 20, I buy a certain amount so that I can have 2,300. Well, I only need to buy 2,280, right? Because I'm not intending on having any wood left over. So my purchase budget, I just need to buy 2,280. And so your answer there is C. Right, with this question here, what you're looking at is this relationship between production units and sick days. And we can see this is referred to as negative correlation. It's going in the opposite direction. There is correlation, strong correlation, in fact, but it's traveling in this direction. If it was positive correlation, we would be going in this way. So we just use the word positive and negative, not in good or bad, just saying that you have this kind of approach with positive and we call this negative. But the correlations can be strong as long as we see strong relationships between um, the variables. The variables we can argue for strong and we can argue for strong and weak correlation. So what we have here is strong negative correlation. Right. Part D. So yeah, what we have here is some gentle budget analysis. So it says that they have a budget of 1,000 made up of maintenance costs of 8,600 and 12,500 for fuel. So inflation is 8% for fuel. of fuel, so that's at 8%. So multiply that by 1.08. That will take you to the new cost. And maintenance costs will have just a one-off 900 increase. So let's do that. 8,600 plus 900 is equal to 9,500. And then, of course, we have 12,500 times 1.08, and that's 13,500. Add the two together, 9,500, you have 23,000. Yes, you have 23,000. So you have a total there, 23,000. This question, what I decided to do, and it's funny because I still haven't gotten the answer, but I've used their methods. I mean, there's quite a few ways of doing this, but it's such an interesting one. I don't know. Anyways, I'll tell you what I've done anyway. So he says you start off with this 23,000, 33.6 million, and it says that this manager leaves, if you like, the one manager leaves. So what I've done is I've taken that manager out just so I can work with them separately, and then I just deal with the remaining managers first. Sorry, remaining workers first. I should write workers, right? So I basically said, right, because the person leaving doesn't get any increase in pay, so I've just taken them out. So anyway, 23.6 million, and you have remaining workers here. I've taken out the 52 because I'm doing an outturn budget. I'm putting in things that we're expecting to happen. So, well, I'm going to get, for these existing workers, a 1% pay rise for 3 months. So in effect, that is because it says that it's just from the 1st of Jan. So I only need a pay rise for those 3 months. I might come back and do this question again separately after the series. Maybe I'm looking at this differently, but I'm literally using the same methods we used for the progress test. So 1% pay rise from the first of of for the 1st of January, which means you have the 1st of January 16 to the 31st of March 16. So that's 3 months, isn't it? That's a 3-month situation. So because it's 3 months, it's really the 1% times 3 months, and that's 1% at 3 months, which is 0.0025 of a percent, right? Because it's not a full. You're not 1% is for per annum. That's the point. Right? That's when you see this, it means per annum. But you're not doing a whole 12 months. You're only doing 3 months of this. So you can, in effect, calculate the change by multiplying whoever's left, the workers, times 1.0025. I mean, that's just on top of. That's like saying find a 0.25% and add that on to this. That's what I've done here. So you could have done this separately in 2 steps. So that's that person. The person leaving is still going to be with us for 5 months. It says they're with us till the 31st of August, which is 5 months in that we have April, May, June, July, August. So that's 5 months. So technically that's just 5/12ths of their yearly salary. And that's what you have here. Well, you can see that. And the person who joins us for 6 months, and they join us with 47,500, but they're with us for 6 months. So I split that into 2, and they get the 1% pay rise for 3 months as well. And so I multiply that by that, and I've now added all 3 together, and this is what I get. But it doesn't look like any of these. It's less than them. So I'm just wondering what error I've made, and I will come back and look at it. But I haven't quite picked any of these answers. I can't see it. This is what I'm getting, but I will come back and look at that. Okay, great stuff. That is question 21 to 25.